Before you pick out one more outfit this summer, I want you to try something. Go to your closet right now in your head and picture the last 5 outfits you wore outside. Now ask yourself honestly, did any of them make you look 5 years older than you actually are? Because here's the truth nobody tells you. It's rarely the wrinkles. It's rarely the gray hair. It's almost always something hanging in your closet right now that you think is safe, classic, or appropriate. And by the end of this video, you're going to walk straight to that closet and pull at least one thing out. Stay with me because mistake number 7 is the one almost every elegant, put-together woman over 60 is making completely by accident, and mistake number 10 might be the most surprising one on this entire list. Welcome back to Ageless Glow, the channel where we prove week after week that looking radiant, current, and effortlessly elegant after 60 has absolutely nothing to do with how much money you spend. If you're new here, all we do is help you look and feel your best without touching your savings. So settle in, get comfortable, because today we're walking through 10 summer fashion mistakes that are quietly aging women over 60, and exactly what to do instead. Let's start. Mistake number 1. The matching set trap. You know the one. The pretty 2-piece outfit, top and bottom cut from the exact same fabric, same print, same everything. It looks polished on the hanger, folded neatly in the store, and it's genuinely tempting because it removes all the guesswork. You don't have to think about what goes with what. But here's what happens the moment you put it on your actual body. When your top and bottom match too perfectly, your eye stops seeing 2 separate garments and starts seeing one solid block from shoulder to ankle. There's no visual break, no waistline suggestion, nothing for the eye to rest on halfway down. And that uninterrupted block adds both width and years, especially in photographs where lighting flattens fabric even more than it does in person. The fix is simple, and it might feel a little uncomfortable at first because you paid for the matching set, so use it, just not as a set. Wear the pretty printed top with a plain linen trouser in one of its accent colors. Wear the matching skirt with a solid, softly colored blouse instead. You still get to enjoy the outfit you bought, you just stop wearing it like a uniform. Mistake number 2. The capri cutoff. So many women over 60 reach for the capri pant every single summer because it genuinely feels like the safest middle ground between shorts, which can feel too exposing, and full-length trousers, which can feel too warm. Seems like the responsible choice. Here's the problem almost nobody points out. Capri pants end right at the widest, roundest part of your calf muscle. It is, without exaggeration, the single least flattering place any garment can stop on the human leg. It doesn't just shorten the leg visually, it creates a horizontal line exactly where your leg is naturally widest, which makes even a genuinely tall, slim woman look shorter and stockier than she is. Think about the last time you saw a photo of yourself in capris and felt slightly off about it without knowing why. This is usually why. Swap it for a wide leg crop trouser that ends right above the ankle bone, where your leg naturally narrows, or go for a full-length lightweight linen pant with some movement in the fabric. You get the exact same coolness and breathability, but the silhouette does the opposite of what capris do, it elongates instead of cutting. Mistake number 3. Cheap shine fabric. This one is sneaky because it hides in plain sight and often feels like a smart budget decision in the moment. Certain inexpensive synthetic blends, the kind found in a lot of fast fashion summer racks, have a slight unnatural shine under sunlight and camera flash. It's not the soft glamorous shine of silk, it's closer to a plastic sheen, and it does 2 damaging things at once. First, it cheapens an otherwise well-chosen outfit the second you step outside, because indoor store lighting hides what direct sun reveals instantly. Second, in summer heat, these synthetic fabrics tend to cling to every curve because they don't breathe, which means the fabric works against you exactly when you need it most. Natural fibers like linen, cotton, and lightweight rayon blends behave completely differently. They absorb light instead of bouncing it back, they move with your body instead of clinging to it, and they photograph beautifully in the exact harsh sunlight that ruins synthetic fabric. Next time you're out shopping, do the crinkle test before you even check the price tag. Scrunch a section of the fabric tightly in your hand for a few seconds. If it springs back stiff, shiny, and unwrinkled, that's your synthetic warning sign. Put it down and keep looking. Mistake number 4. The oversized statement hat. Big floppy sun hats look absolutely stunning hanging on a store display, and even more stunning in a curated photo online, but on an actual moving human face in real daylight, They can quietly swallow your features whole, especially when the brim is wider than your shoulders. Here's what's actually happening visually. Your face becomes a small shadowed sitting underneath one enormous circle. And that dramatic size imbalance is aging because it hides precisely the parts of you that carry personality, warmth, and life, your eyes, your smile, the little expressions that make you look like you. The solution isn't to avoid hats, sun protection matters too much for that. It's choosing a brim that's roughly the width of your shoulders, not wider, and wearing it with a slight tilt rather than flat and low over your eyes. That small tilt alone brings your face back into the frame instead of hiding beneath it. Mistake number 5. Playing it too safe with layers. This might be the most counterintuitive point in the entire list, because most of us assume that in the heat, less fabric automatically means better and cooler. So we default to one flat tee, nothing else, and call it done. But a single unbroken layer, with nothing to add texture or movement, often reads as understyled rather than effortless, the same way a sentence with no punctuation reads as unfinished. A thin open cardigan tied loosely at the waist, a lightweight kimono-styled duster left open, even a simple scarf draped casually over one shoulder. These third pieces cost you nothing in body heat, but add real depth, movement, and intention to an outfit. They're genuinely the difference between an outfit that looks like you got dressed, and one that looks like you got dressed on purpose with thought behind it. Now, quick pause before we continue because I want to know something. Out of the mistakes we've covered so far, which one hit closest to home for you? Type the number in the comments right now, I read every single one. And if this is helping you already, do me a small favor, tap that like button. It genuinely tells YouTube to show this video to more women just like you who need to hear it. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications, because every single week we're breaking down something new to help you look and feel amazing without spending a fortune. Alright, let's get back into it because mistake number 6 is one I guarantee is sitting in your closet right now. Mistake number 6. The flat, unsupported sandal. Comfort matters here more than almost anywhere else, nobody's arguing against that. But there's a real difference between a genuinely comfortable sandal and a completely flat, paper-thin soled one that lets your foot spread out flat with every single step you take. When there's zero structure underneath your foot, something subtle happens to your posture. Your shoulders round very slightly forward to compensate, your stride shortens without you noticing, and over the course of a walk it reads in photos and even in person as tired rather than relaxed, even on a day when you feel perfectly fine. A sandal with even a small wedge, or a slightly molded structured footbed, changes your entire stance instantly. You stand a little taller without any extra effort, your walk naturally lengthens, and your legs appear longer purely as a side effect of better posture. Mistake number 7. Here we are, the one I promised you at the very start. All neutral, everything head to toe. Beige on beige, white on white, taupe layered with cream. It feels elegant, it feels expensive, and honestly, indoors or in soft evening light, it very often is exactly that. But take that same all-neutral outfit into bright, harsh, direct summer sunlight, and something different happens. The sun bounces off pale fabric and flattens everything in its path, including your skin tone. And this effect is especially noticeable if your hair has gone silver or gray, because now there's no color anywhere in the frame to contrast against your skin, so everything blends into one washed-out palette. The fix isn't to abandon neutrals, they genuinely are elegant and versatile. It's adding exactly one unexpected color near your face, where the eye naturally looks first. A coral scarf knotted at the neckline, a berry-toned lipstick, a single turquoise or amber earring. That one deliberate pop of color does more for your natural glow in a photo than switching your entire outfit would. Mistake number 8. Confusing comfortable with shapeless. This trap comes from a genuinely good place, and I want to acknowledge that before anything else. Somewhere in our 60s, many of us finally stopped dressing for anyone else's approval. We just want to feel good and at ease in our own clothes, and that instinct is healthy. But somewhere along the way, comfortable quietly got mistranslated into baggy, boxy, and completely formless, and a shapeless garment doesn't gently skim your body the way a well-cut piece does. It hides your shape entirely, which paradoxically draws more attention to size rather than less, because the eye can't find where you actually begin and end inside the fabric. The better move, and it costs nothing extra, is structure with stretch. A soft tailored trouser that still has a bit of give in the waistband. A top with just the slightest nip or shape at the waist instead of falling straight down like a tent. You get the exact same ease and breathability you're looking for, minus the extra years it silently adds in photographs. Mistake number 9. Loose on loose. This one is purely about proportion, and once you see it clearly, you genuinely will not unsee it again. Wearing a flowy top over flowy wide leg pants, or an oversized shirt over a loose flowing skirt, creates one long shapeless column running from your shoulders all the way down to your ankles. There's no waist definition anywhere, nothing for the eye to land on, no sense of where your body actually is underneath all that fabric. The simplest, cheapest fix in this entire video costs you nothing but 2 extra seconds while getting dressed. If your top is loose, tuck it in loosely or add a thin belt at the waist. If your bottom is loose and flowing, balance it with a slightly more fitted top. Somewhere in every single outfit, there needs to be one point where your actual natural shape shows through. Even if it's subtle, even if it's just a belt sitting at your natural waist. Mistake number 10. And finally, the one that genuinely surprises almost everyone I talk to. Underestimating the power of one single strong accessory. So many women over 60, once they finally find a look and a style they trust completely, start quietly stripping away jewelry, scarves, and bolder pieces because there's a fear that it might look like trying too hard, or drawing too much attention. But the actual opposite tends to be true in person and on camera. One genuine statement piece, a chunky bracelet stacked on one wrist, a bold pair of earrings that catch the light, a printed scarf knotted just so at the neck, tells the world without a single word that this outfit was chosen with intention, not simply settled for out of habit. It's the fastest and honestly the cheapest way to transform a plain summer outfit into something that looks curated and considered, and in most cases, it costs you absolutely nothing you don't already own somewhere in a drawer. So there you have it, 10 small summer habits that quietly age us without our permission, and 10 even smaller adjustments that bring back real years of elegance without spending a single extra dollar. If even one of these mistakes was hiding in your closet today, I'd genuinely love to hear which one in the comments below. And before you go, if you found this valuable, subscribe to Ageless Glow, because every week we're helping women just like you look and feel radiant, confident, and completely put together on any budget. See you in the next one.